All right, welcome to 50 Cars, 50 States. We're starting with episode 1 here in my hometown of Minnesota. Well, it's not my hometown, but we're starting in Minnesota. We are currently in Buffalo, Minnesota at Sturgis, not the motorcycle rally, that's Lake Sturgis. It's a perfect backdrop to take some scenic photos and videos of this 1997 Chevy S10. Currently it's kind of set up as a hot rod or like a drag racing car. Yeah, she pulls them first. It's got a turbo 350 transmission in it. It's got a 400 cubic inch small block Chevy in it. Makes about 400 horsepower at the wheels or about 480 horsepower at the crank. It's got drag radials in the back. It's got a custom interior, custom dash. It's got a custom gauge cluster, custom paint and ground effects. So what I'm here to discover today is, would you rather have a Ford Ranger or a built Chevy S10? We're gonna kind of try to prove why this truck is awesome. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna go out to eat and we're going to explore Buffalo, and then we're gonna try and make it home. But the two problems with this car is, if you want to come over here, and I'm not a tire expert, but these back drag radials are pretty much toast, so we have to make it. We have to make the drive home in that, which is all part of the road trip experience. So for our period accurate stop, we're gonna stop at A&W because I feel like this truck just screams A&W, and we're gonna get root beer floats. Dude, I'm like taller than this truck.
She broke the fucking...
Nice. So basically, A&W in Minnesota is like super rare. So if you find one, it's kind of like an obligatory stop. Dude, you have
I know. Have what? Hair right down the middle?
Yeah, also
Like ice cream on my hair?
No, but it's fucking leaking from the side. No, you have a mohawk, but down the middle. There you go. The vibe matches the truck pretty well. So that's one of the goals on 50 States, 50 Cars. Find somewhere to eat that kind of matches the vibe of the car. Explore some random town in the middle of nowhere. And drive it home.
Oil.
I think it's oil. So if you want my opinion, don't sit there.
This has got some pretty good suspension. So bad.
I thought that was for me.
Yeah.
That was a noise complaint thing. Like, I barely did anything. Oh. Decent suspension.
Decent.
All right, so supposedly this is the historic part of Buffalo. See, there's a buffalo right there. Yeah. Wow, what a town. we just passed through it, the whole thing right there pretty much.
That's pretty though.
Yeah. Okay, honorary pit stop. Oh, that's pretty cool. Because we're in Buffalo.
45.
69? Yeah, dude, it's a 69 Charger. As part of each road trip, we're gonna make it a point to stop and thrift. So I found a 426 Hemi engine model. Let's open it. It's got moving parts. Radiator fan.
That's metal.
Plastic.
Ish.
Yeah. So yeah, this is our pretty cool garage thrift. Now, there you go. You can go figure out how to sit. Wait, I can get this one though.
It's gonna juke you.
Yeah, 400. Let's hit it. Well, it's a manual. Yeah. Okay, so to be honest, there wasn't too much to film driving home because this thing makes a lot of road noise. Speaking of road noise, the biggest caveat to this truck is it doesn't have air conditioning or heat, so you have to roll the windows down to get some natural airflow. I mean, the nice thing about that is these will never break right here because they're not electronic. The bench seats are pretty awesome. I commonly say once we moved away from bench seats, we went backwards as a society. I mean, with that being said, there's not a ton of storage space in here. You're looking at maybe a small backpack. This is kind of funny. The cup holders are right there, and I would not trust putting a live drink with spillable things in that cup holder and actually driving. TH350 transmission is awesome. This one you can start in first, really give it the beans, move to second, move to drive, or you can just leave it in drive. It is a new transmission, so that's pretty cool. You've got your RPM tachometer up there, you know, a custom gauges like we were talking about. Everything fits the fire theme pretty well, so it's the little things. Having a step right there to get into your lowered small truck is definitely a choice. But I mean, honestly, practicality wise, you could definitely use this thing as a work truck or like a work truck by day, hot rod by night. We're definitely kind of running out of room in here though. You'll see over there I have a Bentley. I started making room over here in the corner. I'm actually going to take my motorcycle home because it is so nice out. The other reason why space is interesting is because I'm flying to Missouri for the second vehicle for 50 states, 50 cars. And I gotta figure out where to put it, which is why I'm making that room over there. I think if I reorganize things and or if anything sells this week, which Cadillac does unfortunately have a deposit on it, that Jeep has been getting a lot of inquiries. The C63S has been getting a lot of inquiries too now that we're in summer. I would say it's probably now time to do an honest review of the truck and what my thoughts on it are. Let's give it a little snapshot of the engine bay real quick. That sun is pretty brutal. There we go, get that shadow right. I can't hold this up and film, so 1 second. So let's briefly discuss this truck and go over the quick facts. It's got a roller cam with comp cam push rods, a Scorpion 1.6 racial roller rockers, a billet timing set, Dart Pro 1 aluminum heads, a racing oil pan, MSD ignition, a Holley carburetor, and of course the headers. It's got an aluminum radiator, a dual exhaust which gives it that nice tone that you've been hearing, a new drive shaft, a TH350 transmission with valve body cover, a 10-inch torque converter, the B&M shifter of course. So, unbiased review of the S10. I actually had a lot of fun with it. It's a surprisingly good car. If you put some new rear tires on it and do something a little more driver friendly, this car could be great on like mini road trips, and I would 100% drive it once or twice a week. Of course, when you get into the hot rod slash, drag racing territory, you are going to come with more maintenance, more knowledge, and a little bit of fixing up here and there. But as it relates to the mini road trip we had, it was a fun vehicle. So I think going back to the original question, is it fair to compare a built Chevy S10 to a Ford Ranger? I think so. I think if you're looking to spend, between 15 or 18,000 on a hot rod or a custom truck, which really isn't that ridiculous. For the price of 18, you're getting a truck, a hot rod, potential drag racing car, street rod. So I guess to draw this to a close, if I was to rate it on a road trip scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 7. Are you going to make it on a 3-hour road trip with it? Probably not. Is it a great, amazing weekend car, drive down the lake? Yes, absolutely. Would I use this as a work truck and, have fun doing so? Yes, absolutely. Now, work truck meaning I'm not towing, but, throwing stuff in the back or making weekend hauls or Facebook Marketplace pickups. All right, if you made it this far, appreciate you checking out the first car. What's going to become a really cool series that I'm going to learn a lot and make these a lot more entertaining. This was meant to be a little splash so I can get really good. This weekend is going to be ridiculously fun. I have a lot of fun content planned. The car is awesome. I really hope that people like it. As a little sneak peek, it makes 700 horsepower and it's large. So keep an eye out for that. See you next time.